Drum keys.
What's up guys, welcome back to Cars, Costs, and Technology. In today's video I'm going to be doing a review of my experience at the Ron Fellows Performance Driving School for the C8 Corvette. Wanted to put together this video going over some key takeaways and some of my thoughts on the program, since I know there are thousands of new C8 Corvette owners that have finally taken delivery of their 2020 model, and obviously as 2021 ramps up, we're seeing thousands more that are going to be delivered throughout this year, and this is something that is provided or a benefit to any new C8 Corvette owner. Now I want to clarify, if you bought your C8 Corvette, say at a big markup on the used market, unfortunately you're not going to be eligible for the discount, but you can still take the course. The regular price on this course is $3,695 through Spring Mountain Resort or the Ron Fellows Driving Program, but GM will actually subsidize your price down to $1,000 when you take delivery of a brand new C8 Corvette. So again, anyone who's already taken delivery of a 2020 or getting ready to get their 2021, this is something that's offered to you. Obviously GM wants you to have a place to learn the capabilities and the full performance of the car in a safe place without crashing into a ditch somewhere on your own. So really cool program and great offer. Again, if you're not the first owner, unfortunately you're not going to be eligible for it, but it may still be worth it for you to take the class, maybe even before you buy the car at a big markup. I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video, but it is also worth noting that it's great to get on their contact list. I actually reached out to Spring Mountain and told them I was interested in taking the course, and got some potential dates from them while I was looking at my schedule. And before I could even book my date, they contacted me back and let me know that they're having a promotion running where I was able to do the 2-day course and 2-night stay in one of their rooms for just $700. So that was a phenomenal deal. Couldn't pass that up. So like I said, make sure you reach out to them, let them know you're interested, try to work with them on the available dates, and make sure you understand all the key details of the program. We're going to talk a lot about the driving portion, but before we dive into that, I want to go over some of the just cool talking points about the location, the facility. I was shocked at how many Corvettes are out there. I've watched a few other videos from some of the other channels that I enjoyed that I've had a chance to go out here so far, but they've added a ton more C8 Corvettes, it looks like, here recently. I believe my instructor said they have around 100 C8 Corvettes on the property, so you can see a ton of different color schemes, all different color combinations in the interior, exterior, and just getting to see all these different cars, high wing spoilers, Z51, different wheel options, different caliper options. It's a really cool experience. Definitely recommend it. At the moment, they still have some C7 Corvettes on the property. I know they're sort of phasing those out, but they do still have C7 Z06s, C7 Grand Sports. I even found a bay of, I believe it was 17 different C7 ZR1s, so that was a really cool experience to see all those cars out there. For me, as a Corvette fan, this was more like a bucket list destination or vacation, I guess you could say, more so than just strictly a driving school. You know, again, with all these different cars out here, and then the incredible views, you can see all around the track. There's just awesome view of the mountains. On the way into the track, there's a just incredible view. Me coming from South Carolina, where it's all grass and trees, to see this sort of desert vibe was just such a cool change of scenery. And again, almost made it worth the trip alone just to see such a awesome landscape and an environment around the actual facility itself. You're also really close to Vegas at the Spring Mountain Motor Resort, about an hour outside. So if you wanted to hit Vegas and have some plans there, you could definitely plan that as a part of your trip out to the Ron Fellows Driving School. I cruised the Strip, but didn't have much time on my trip to do much else. As far as the actual accommodations, the rooms that they provide you are extremely nice, very well decorated, very clean, have everything you'd need inside there. So I was very impressed with my room. Nice balcony to look out over the track and the mountains, the sunset and everything. So really cool experience there. You also have breakfast and lunch are provided in the cost of your course fee. So you do have to go either off premises or buy dinner, but as far as breakfast and lunch, very top-notch food, and again, included in that price point. So really nice to have that kind of cut down on your expenses while you're out there for the trip. Now, let's talk a little bit about the actual driving. Of course, that's what everybody is trying to figure out. Is it worthwhile? What do you get to do? I know there are a ton of videos out there showing different YouTubers doing these exercises and such. So I just want to sort of recap what you can expect. On the first day, you're going to do start out with a classroom session. For me, obviously being really familiar with the C8 Corvette, this weekend was actually the 5th different C8 Corvette that I've driven. So they weren't all that exciting for me, but I do see where they're very valuable for anyone who just took delivery of a C8, they're brand new to the car, or maybe they're new to Corvette in general, or jumping up from a C5 or C6 where the technology is new to them. So it's not a ton of classroom sessions, though. You do get a lot of seat time in the cars. They just go over sort of the minimal required classroom time to make sure everyone's on the same page about safety rules, understanding what the do's and don'ts, and having a basic understanding of performance driving, the car itself. Now, as far as the actual exercises that you'll do to get ramped up and get ready to get on the track, on the first day you're going to do some braking exercises where you learn the capabilities and the limitations of the ABS system on the car, so locking up the brakes in a wet environment, feeling how the car behaves and responds to that full braking pressure with limited traction. You also get to do some car control exercises where you get to really feel the car break loose on a skid pad, experience how weather mode will interfere with the car when it's losing control. I found that really interesting because you can take traction control all the way off. They let you do pretty much a full donut, lose control of the car in a safe environment, and then try it with weather mode on and see how good of a job weather mode actually does interfering with the power delivery and getting the car straightened out. I was pretty impressed by that. Obviously, I never attempted to lose control of my personal C8 Corvette on a wet road, so to be able to do that in a closed course environment was really cool to experience the interference with it on, and then no traction control at all, how the car felt. You also get to do some exercises with line control or line choice. That way you are better equipped to decide where to go on the racetrack for the fastest lines, so that was fun. But for me, the funnest part was more towards the afternoon and end of the day. On the first day, get to go out on the track. It is an absolute blast. It's definitely an addicting feeling to be out on the track and just push the car, have no limitations with speed limits or stop signs, police, things like that, pedestrians. Just, you're out there with the car and you can really push it to the limits of your ability. So a lot of fun. You also get to do autocross. On the second day, you're going to focus a lot more on the autocross competition, practicing launch control, getting more and more track sessions, so it's far less classroom time and less small exercises and more of the fun stuff, the fast-paced stuff. do also split you up by groups, so that way you can sort of drive with others who are of the same skill level as you or driving ability. That way, if you just want to go out here and sort of get a feel for the car, push it a little bit, but you're not looking to full-on race all weekend, they do separate the groups. I found myself in the more aggressive group, and sort of really was pushing myself by the end of the weekend. Had a few close calls, but it was an absolute blast and definitely a fun experience to get closer to the limits of this incredible car. You know, on public streets, it's just so hard to, without risking going to jail, you know, to push this car to limits. And I'm not even skilled enough driver to really experience the full limits of this car on the track, but what I was able to experience was an absolute blast. I'm going to make another video talking about my feedback and thoughts on the C8 Corvette and how it performed in autocross, the heavy braking exercises, the track itself, so look out for that video. But as far as the actual Ron Fellows course itself, they do a great job of again, the safety equipment, the instructor, splitting up the groups. They keep it about as safe as you can get for doing track driving. You know, I got to give it to them. So I feel like it's worth every penny for me, especially if you're getting the subsidized price. It's pretty much a no-brainer. I do actually want to go as far as to recommend this to people who aren't going to be eligible for the subsidy. So if you're thinking about buying a C8 Corvette on the used market and paying a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 markup to get a used C8, you're not going to be eligible for the discount anyway. You may as well go take this course beforehand. Make sure that this is the car you want, and it's probably going to draw you in even more and get you hooked on it. But again, you know, before you go spend a $20,000 markup on a car over sticker price, go drive it to its limitations for a whole weekend. Get to feel it out and really see, is this what I want, and is this going to be worth it? You may find yourself satisfied for the weekend and get your fill, and then be able to wait until prices come down. I know for me, not having my car right now after selling it a few months ago, this was a great experience to, again, sort of satisfy that need to get out and really punch it in a C8 Corvette, have a good time. So definitely recommend it to anyone thinking about buying a C8 Corvette, and even those that have a C7 and are considering paying the high prices right now to bump up. You may be able to keep your C7 and get your hands on time and experience that latest and greatest new Corvette on the track, have some fun with it, and then find yourself you know, being okay waiting until the Z06 comes out. But anyways, my point is, I think this course could have a lot of value to even people outside of the owners that have already taken delivery or are going to take delivery. For them, at the subsidized price, again, it's almost a no-brainer, but I think the course is worthwhile for a ton of other people as well. But anyway, guys, I don't want to go on too much. If you have any specific questions, I'd love to answer them for you in the comments below. Look forward to hearing those from you. But thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, share it with any friends who may be considering going to this course. Definitely a good time. And if you or your buddies both have C8 Corvettes, or maybe you can get them to pay the full price and you go on the subsidized price, whatever the case may be, well worth it. But definitely share this video with them if you think it'll help out. But thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll talk to you next time. Have a great day.